Welcome to the Lads AM podcast, a show for those late night ramblings you only get when the rest of the world is asleep. This show is available in both podcast and Let's Play form. Check out our social media to find out how to listen the way you want to. Tonight, we are playing Towerfall Ascension. Wait, it doesn't have what? So what are we gonna play then?
Alright, we all good?
Yep, we're good, man. We're good to
Dude,
go.
so are we talking about how we tried playing a different game?
How we weren't gonna play this.
No.
But...
Go ahead.
Dude, turns out maybe we need to read the terms and conditions before buying games.
Robert, go ahead.
Go ahead, Rob.
Oh, I actually remember this time!
Hey!
This better be worth it. Oh my god.
Alright, it's not gonna be worth it probably, but you ready?
Oh,
Alright.
sure.
I was watching a YouTube video like a month ago that talked about what would have happened in theory if instead of the United States being a democracy, if it was a monarchy. And our first king was George Washington. Who would have been king, basically, right? The issue is that George Washington didn't really have any surviving children of his own.
Loser.
So they talked about all these different possible outcomes that could have happened.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the possible outcomes is that after Washington, it's his eldest adopted son, right?
He adopted
a couple kids. Yep.
Okay.
Now, I think it was the adopted route that led to this. So if his eldest adopted kid then became king, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then their eldest son would become king, and then their eldest son would become king, right?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. The grandson of George Washington's adopted child was Robert E. Lee, the Confederate general.
Yikes.
Whoa, wait, really?
Yes.
That's kind of crazy.
So Robert E. Lee was, I won't say related, because it wasn't, like, related, but very much connected to the George Washington bloodline.
Yo, we'd be a very much different spot.
Yeah.
Isn't that the Assassin's Creed game that was the American Revolution?
I have no idea. I don't know Assassin's Creed.
What about it?
There was like a DLC for that game that was what if George Washington became king.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I was like, "You sure you're not just playing Assassin's Creed? Theory crafting on your own?"
No, it was this video I watched because they talked about 3 possible lines of succession.
Mm-hmm.
And it was something like his eldest stepchild, his eldest adopted child, or if we ignore both of them, then it would have gone like to his down from there.
Interesting.
So the question was like, well, it's hard to say which of those 3 routes it would have been.
Yeah, I'll say it. Worth 2 weeks.
Yeah, you know what? I would say it's worth 2 weeks.
Yeah.
All right,
That was a fun fact, Robert.
That was an incredibly fun fact.
Dude, so the reason I remembered this, by the way, is because after last week's podcast, I knew it was something from this video. So I went back and skimmed through a half-hour video that I watched the week prior until I saw the name Robert Lee and was like, oh shit, I remember now! And that's when I messaged y'all, and I was like, I just remembered.
I was totally ready to tell Matt to like, oh, get the message up. Get the message of him saying he definitely remembers now.
No, I remembered this time.
You did.
Nice.
Dude, screw me once, shame on me.
We didn't do anything.
Twice, even more shame on me. Like,
You're talking about yourself, bro.
No,
you screwed yourself.
No, I know. That's why I said shame on me
Rob.
multiple times.
All we did was say we are out of time on this podcast. Please tell us next time.
All right.
Yeah.
After this game, I'm swapping my controls to a controller because this isn't working.
Great audio listeners.
Well,
And now we
Justin,
can talk about
I love how frame one you are on that now.
on what? Not talking about the game?
It says he said anything about the game and doesn't. He's there. He's like Johnny on the spot for that. I like it.
but yeah.
Hey, on the topic of Rob fucking things up lately,
Yeah.
Oh.
Matt, are you recording the video and it's looking all good this time?
I am recording it. I am watching it on the other monitor. It is moving. It is grooving. We are doing great.
Boy, because yeah, fuck me. I think
Yeah.
I think I'm getting fired from ever recording again.
Yeah, you're good, man.
Oh my god.
The
It's
issue
so
that I ran in for, the reason that I ended up just going with it, just
Oh my
rolling with
God.
it, was that in your audio, Rob, I could hear you clicking, right?
Oh.
And what was really annoying me, and maybe it would only have been annoying to me, and maybe I'm just like weird.
Is the clicking would have been off sync from any
Yeah,
chance.
like it wouldn't have synced. So even if you had re-recorded it, or
It
if
would
I had
never
done
have
what I
worked.
or I done what I originally wanted to do, where I was just gonna make like a looping GIF of like the sheep jumping on like 2 blocks.
Yeah.
I was just gonna play that. Regardless of what I did, my issue was that the clicking was out of sync and it was annoying me.
It would just be useless clicking.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense. And the only other option would be to try to remove the clicking from Rob's audio, which in theory I could have done, but it was a little bit more prominent than what, because I did it before for my audio once. I forget what it was. Oh no, I remember what it was. It was a stick fight.
Oh yeah. That one was crazy. with the
Yeah,
clicking.
I could hear a lot of clicking in my audio, so I just went in out in Premiere. I just lowered the high frequencies, and that worked out. But I didn't know if it would work for this. Also, I didn't try. It was late. I had to work
Not the
extra
podcast,
days.
not the game.
I had to work extra days this week, so I didn't have a lot of time to mess around with it anyway.
Dude, it's all good. Imagine working.
Dude, somehow your week off became my work where I have to work a ton. So if you want to tradesies soon, like you want to tradesies next week, let me know.
Speaking of Robert's week off, have you been watching Attack on Titan this week?
Wait, it's on?
No,
No,
said you were gonna
you're
catch
gonna
up to it.
rewatch it.
Oh,
Yeah, you
no.
rewatch.
No.
Ah.
No, I
So-
got distracted because we were all busy playing Minecraft.
Fair.
Yo, Minecraft.
Dude, I feel so smart with everything I've done in Minecraft. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Dustin, we gotta get you on the server to see the shit that we've all been doing.
Sounds crazy.
I have harnessed the power of water and wind to secure oil and gasoline.
Right?
Yeah, he went he did it backwards.
Sounds okay.
he
We have a
saved the
solar
planet.
powered oil rig.
He really does.
Dude, I'm
He
literally
unironically does.
I'm powering an oil rig, Dustin, with 4 water wheels. It is so funny. I love it.
Yeah, no, they've been going crazy on the server.
Yeah. So I've been doing a lot of electrical engineering and power and oil and stuff like that. George's been going into vampirism, witchcraft, dragon hunting,
He's playing
and just
Skyrim.
in general magic.
He's playing Skyrim. He found the closest thing to Skyrim in the game, and he started doing it.
And Fanning has become a druid.
Hmm.
Matt, you want to talk to Dustin about what you're doing?
Dude, so there's a mod called Mine Colonies where you become a mayor and you like own a town, and there's like NPCs that live in the town. It seemed really cool at the time,
Right.
like a really cool thing I wanted to do.
Yeah.
These villagers, or whatever you want to call them, the townspeople, are the most needy, like, children I think I have ever had the unfortunate opportunity to interact with. They need everything done for them. I have a builder, and it took me like 3 days to figure out that the builder's problem as to why they weren't building the building, and it's actually the building. It's the builder's building, the building for the builder, that you need to build the building before you can build other buildings. The reason that they didn't do it was because they were hungry, and they needed me to put food in their inventory. And nowhere is it documented in any of the mod that it's like, they don't even be like, hey, asshole, I'm hungry. I just had to read
like a thought bubble with a steak in it or something.
No, I had to.
Nothing.
No, it's and now I didn't realize that they like fill. There's a chest, right? There's a chest in the builder's building that it says when you go into it, here's what you need to build the builder building. And I'm like, okay, I probably put it in here so they can access it. It takes me days to realize that actually they just dump their inventory because they pick up blocks as they're building and they dump it in there. So now I have this person constantly stopping working, and I go up to them being like, yo, bro, what's the issue? And they're like, can you please get all the shit out of my chest so I can keep working?
Can we wait 1 sec before we go into the next game?
What's the deal, bro? You trying to sabotage the podcast again?
No, I'm trying to swap the controller. I said I was going to.
Lies. I've never heard that. You never said that.
The first game.
You never said that.
I might have to exit and rejoin though.
Robert, I think that's a sign that did it out. Oh, you're.
No, I'm just messing with him. I 100% heard that.
Oh no, he's not. It's him leaving.
We finally got him. Finally got rid of him.
Yeah.
Nah. You can't lose me for that long.
Oh, he's still here.
Well, yeah. Did you not hear me?
I'm memeing, dude.
Dude, where do the memes end?
Where does the memes end, and where does the meme end and the truth begin? When I say I want to take a bullet for Rob, how much is that as a joke? That's the real question.
I mean, to a certain extent, I hope it's a joke. To a certain extent, it's nice knowing that I've got one extra life.
You
On
gotta.
the other hand, I'm really hoping that doesn't mean you're setting up circumstances where I'm potentially getting shot.
I'm gonna hire a hitman on you, and then they're gonna be like, all right, when you want me to take the shot? And I'll be like, hey, give me a sec. And I'm gonna run over to you and stand in front of you. Yo, speaking of almost dying.
Dude, what?
I almost died.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about this.
I told George A and Rob about it because I literally had just gotten home from it. But Dustin, I have not told you yet.
Oh, Dustin hasn't heard? Oh boy.
I have not
told
Dustin.
I assumed but let me.
Yes. So I was walking home from work, as I do. It's not this. There's one street in particular, one cross that's particularly bad, and I know it's bad because I've been walking it for years at this point. There's a one crosswalk, and I hit a button. You hit the button and the light changes, and it tells people to stop going. Right. So I've done it multiple times where I have hit that button, and then had people just blow right through it. Right.
Of course.
And I'm used to it at this point, so I'm pretty cautious about it. So what happens is I hit the button, the light changes, the person stops, like they actually stop. However, the person behind them swerves around them because you can park on that side of the street, so there's room for cars there. They swerve around them, the person in front that stopped, to blow this light, right? But I'm smart. I've done this before. I know people drive like idiots, especially at this one point. So I anticipated that and I let him go. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Not only running a red light, but going around the person that stopped it to run the red light. That's insane. What I wasn't expecting was a second person to do the exact same incredibly crazy maneuver. That's the person that almost hit me. So I'm looking at the person that went by, being like, all right, asshole. That was crazy thing you did. And then I just hear like the horn. I turn around. I don't even see the car. I just see the light because it's dark out and it's really bright. I don't even see it. I just jump forward. Right? I jump forward, run to the other side of the street. And then I'm patting I'm making sure I have everything. I don't have my phone. I see that I see it in the street. Oh God, this spins. So I see it in the street. Luckily, people are still not moving because the light's red. Crazy concept. I understand. So I kind of wave over to the person that it's right in front of.
Wait, so there was a red light at this intersection too?
Yeah. Oh you hit the button and the light goes red.
Were they swerving to the other side of the road? They were just going straight through a red light.
Yeah. 2 people did the same insane maneuver. So I get my phone off the street. I'm still in the middle of I'm not totally with it because I'm still adrenaline is still holy shit, I almost died. Yeah. I want to tell the person that I gestured to stop moving. Thank you for not moving so I could grab my phone. Yeah. And I'm like, damn, if I said thank you right now, they probably wouldn't hear me. Oh, I can do this. I can just sign thank you to them. It's not until I'm past them that I'm like, they probably don't know sign language. Why did I think
you ran into
one
of your residents is driving?
I was like, why did I think that would work? So anyway, I'm like, all right, that's settled. I go to keep moving, continue my walk as you do. And this guy in a truck pulls up next to me and he asks me hey, are you okay? I say, yeah, that's crazy. 2 people just swerved around that guy at the red light. Mm-hmm. And he's like, he says, I have it all on video. And he has I guess he has a dash cam or something. And the biggest regret of this is that I say, no, I'm feeling okay. I don't need it already. I don't need anything. I'm good. And he goes, oh, okay, thanks. And he drives away. And as he's driving away, I'm like, shit, I should have gotten the video.
You should have gotten it.
Yeah, I'm like, not to use it, not to just try to. I just wanted the
podcast.
Yeah, I don't know if I could put that in front of the podcast. That might be a little weird. But I literally did think I could have opened the podcast with it. If you guys think I don't live my daily life for the studio audience, you're crazy. Because I 100% do. And I was like, shit, I should have gotten it.
Yeah.
And that was my first thought after the fact. Yeah, but that's I've had bad interactions, walking, crossing street with idiot asshole drivers and stuff. That is easily the closest I have ever been to getting hit by a car, and it was very close.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, the another funny thing is that my mom texted me literally 30 seconds after.
She's I'm like, I just saw you.
Dude, I almost hit a kid. No, she was just texting me being like, hey, I have water in the car. Can you bring it upstairs?
Dude, buddy, she texted you. She's like, dude, I almost hit this nerd.
She doesn't. I would love my mom to use the word nerd. That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, I almost hit this nerd. But no, it was nuts. And I'm like, I guess, Yeah. So in short, I hate cars. I hate roads.
Yep.
I am convinced that driving messes up with people's brains even the tiniest bit.
Yep.
I think there is some kind of ego that comes with being behind the wheel of a car that that is just impossible to restrict. But
Yeah.
I say it jokingly sometimes, but it's getting to the point where I genuinely believe that oh, fuck you, Dustin.
He did the same thing to me last round.
But I think that there is something about driving cars that just humans are just not ready for. I don't think humans are built to be going that fast or have something that they have that little control over in reality. I don't know. Because you have to think about it, right?
Mhm.
How is it that people can be in a position where they have the lives of literally everyone in their hands, right? Whether that's
Yeah.
other drivers or people on the road,
Yep.
or something. People's lives are in your hand, and that's something that over time they can just ignore. They can not be feigned by it, I guess.
Yeah.
I have one of the multiple reasons I don't drive. There's multiple reasons that are all very different. But one of them is that I have this fear of the responsibility of being behind the wheel and having people's lives in my hand. And people are like, "Oh, you'll just get over it," or "Oh, you'll just get used to it." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're right. That it's not a fear that will last forever, like really any other fear of just the unknown." But I just don't understand how it can where people would pull a maneuver like that.
The irony is, Matt, Matt, I
Yeah.
100% agree with you. The irony is that if you were a driver, you would absolutely be the safest driver.
Yeah.
I wish I thought the way you did sometimes. Because instead, what will happen with me driving is I'll drive for a couple months or whatever. Everything's totally fine, right? And then something small will happen that puts me on edge.
Yeah.
As an example, I did not mean to hit that.
You're good.
Is it free play? No.
Party's the right one.
Party is the right one?
Yeah.
Okay. As an example, today I was picking up dinner for me and my family, right?
Mm-hmm.
And while driving back, I'm on a street that I'm not too familiar with. I don't go on it that much. And I'm focusing on the road, the cars, and everything. And all of a sudden, just as I'm going past them, I see this pedestrian right at the side of the road. Not close enough that I almost hit them. They were on the sidewalk. It was fine. Nothing happened. But it was damn. If they started crossing, I would not have seen them.
Yeah.
And I'm that makes me nervous. Not that there was a crosswalk there, I'm pretty sure, but still, it made me a little nervous. And I mean, I've talked about close calls I've had while driving. I've talked on the podcast, I think, about how I drove on the wrong side of the road.
At one point. I mean, I've definitely heard this story.
Yeah, I haven't said it on the podcast. Basically, I just drove on the wrong side of the road like an idiot. And it was not a regular road. It was a route. So, cars were going 40 to 50.
Mm-hmm.
And thankfully, it ended up being fine. And an ironic twist. It not only lived, didn't even crash the car. Somehow, the way I saved myself was by flooring it and swerving left. Which doesn't make sense unless you were there.
You know what? I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. But even a week and a half ago, I was on my way to work. I was tired. It was the morning, and I just straight up did a left turn at a red light. Genuinely don't know why. Had so many cars honk at me. I think what happened was I was behind a school bus. The school bus turned left. Then I saw it was a red light and was like, that's weird. Why did the school bus turn left on red? And then I thought to myself, I was like, well, I guess you could just turn left on red at this light and I never knew. So I started turning left. And just as I started turning, a car's horn went off. And immediately I was like, what am I talking about? The bus definitely turned left on yellow and it changed to red. But it was like too far. I was like, fuck it, I guess I'm going.
Yeah, and I mean, not to say, and then like,
No, that was a stupid thing. Like you can say I was an idiot. I was
and, like,
absolutely an idiot.
and I'm like, but you're human, right? You're human.
Oh, yeah, no, people make mistakes. Like,
Yeah, and I'm not
happens.
saying that like anyone that's ever made a mistake while driving is obviously this egomaniac that doesn't care about the lives of other people.
No, but at the same
But-
time, it is a scary thought that like it's acceptable that you make a mistake like that.
Yeah, or if like you
Like-
look into like truck drivers and how they'll be like, "Hey, I am too tired to drive right now," and their boss will be like, pull over side of the road, take a quick 15. You got to get there," and I'm like, "How is that okay? How is it okay for the boss to be like, hey, the cargo you're transporting and the money we're getting paid for it is more important than the safety of you behind this 18-wheeler truck?"
Not only that, but like if the car crashes, like that could wreck the cargo too. I think there's a lot of trucking companies that have moved past that point, but it was definitely like that for a while.
It was a topic of conversation fairly recently, I think within the past like year or two.
Oh,
There
really?
was a big thing about it. I remember the first thing I think I watched about it was a John Oliver thing. So I don't know if it was like which came first, John Oliver doing a show on it, or like if that was like a thing in the news that was being talked about. But yeah, but
Mhm.
it's crazy. And
Yeah.
I just hate cars, man. I hate them
Yeah.
so much. I understand it's my like most like, I don't know, hot take, I guess. Like that's not something that you would that most people, if you hear that stuff, like they always say I hate cars, they're like, what do you mean? Like it's not a common thing, especially to word it like that. And I'm
Yeah.
recognizing it. But if someone asks you what's your hottest take, I'm like, cars are the worst thing that have ever been introduced into society.
It's
En masse.
definitely a take that's more accepted, I think, in Europe. Like I'm watching a YouTube series about
Not just bikes.
a European who's doing a trip from Boston to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that they kept saying is how car-centric the US is.
Yeah, a lot of Europeans say that when they visit here.
Yeah.
Where's all the sidewalks?
Yeah.
Or like anyone from Europe or anywhere else trying to navigate Los Angeles.
Mhm.
They're like, you drive 15 minutes to go get a coffee. You don't just walk. You're going food shopping. You're not just getting your food on your way home from the local market. What's wrong with you? What are you guys doing over here? Why is there so many
I've
cars?
said it before and I'll say it again. You want to move to Europe, I will go with you.
We're moving to Europe, boys. Either that or
We're gonna go to the Netherlands to
Denmark
meet
or the
Mr.
Netherlands, right?
Yeah, we're going to the Netherlands to meet Mr. Not Just Bikes.
Mr. John not bikes. John
Netherlands, here we
Just
come.
Bikes. Dude, I want to. I just want to get away from car. And like I do a thing all the time when I'm walking. And I walk by cars and I just look and I'm like, I look to see who's texting, who's paying attention. And dude, so texting will apparently they didn't do enough like mock car crashes in enough high schools where they get the theater department to put all gore and shit on their face to scare people into not texting while driving. Because I see so many people. Maybe it's because they didn't do it because it's mostly older people from what I see. Like
Nah.
it's like people like in their like 30s or 40s or they look like it that are like texting while driving and I'm like, oh, I'm here.
Matt,
What's up, man?
I have to say I 100% agree with you. But I'm also guilty of doing it.
See, that's what I mean, dude. And I don't think Rob is this crazy egomaniac that only cares about himself and no one else. But it is crazy that
I try not to, but it depends on the situation. I generally do my best not to, though.
I think you should. I think people just shouldn't. And it's crazy how, and it's also like people are like, well, I have to be in like contact with people. Like, what if someone needs me?
I know.
And society and people and our lives and just our daily lives just move so fast that people that people do have these expectations of people to be like on call or be available at all times, or people at least think that they need to be available at all times. And it's like, can't life just like be a little slower?
I saw a post on the subreddit for teachers recently where they were talking about how many, and I can verify this is accurate, how many parents routinely text/call their child in the middle of the school day. It's insane. And it's gotten to the point where one teacher phrased it really well, where they said, hey, they literally have gotten to the point where they tell parents, and the parents is like, well, I need to text my child because I need to tell them something important. And the teacher's response, which is one I'm absolutely going to use from now on, is, when you were a child in school, how did your parents get in contact with you? And their response every single time is, oh, they called the main office. ... You can still do that.
With your phone.
Right, like, we have a main office you can call and get, like, even if you need to text your child, right? Even if it is an emergency situation, right? You can text your child all you want, but in order for your child to leave the building, you have to call the school regardless.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm kind of like talking about, where like they're like, it's so important that they need to know, and they need to know right now.
Nope.
And it's like, why? Why do they need to know right now?
No, they really don't.
And like, luckily, I mean, no one's gonna get hit by a capsule of metal going 60 miles per hour because they're texting in science class. But it's still like why?
Yeah.
How did we get here? How did we get here? And how did the world's smallest podcast gonna fix it? That's what I want to know.
The world's smallest podcast.
The world's least listened to podcast. How are they gonna
that's
solve?
Probably true.
How are they? That's not possible, dude. There's no way that's possible. Do you know how many people stream on Twitch to 0 viewers?
A lot.
We at least beat them.
Heyo.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to be Amish.
I like what the teachers or the school that I work at, what some of them have started doing with phones, because it actually is a really solid strategy. Where what it is they have these slots at the entrance of the classroom, and each of the slots is a number. A kid has their number, and they put their phone in their numbered slot.
Mm-hmm.
And to help reward students who follow the directions, at the end of the class, the teacher will spin a wheel. And if your number is called and your phone is in the slot, then you get some sort of a small prize. So, like, the teacher who I'm doing the long-term subbing for, their reward is their choice of either a tiny bit of extra credit or Jolly Rancher.
Yo, huge. I'd sacrifice my
Or they also have a couple other candies as well. I think they have a Starburst as well. And you know, it works for like 80 to 90% of the kids.
This is about middle school?
Yes.
That's fair. I like that.
Yeah, no, it just works. Now there are kids that it doesn't work for? Yeah, of course. But you know what? It cuts back the amount of kids on their phone by a lot. So I like it.
Yeah.
Definitely
maybe-
a strategy I will take.
Yeah. And
Do
maybe
you
when
have,
you get
does the teacher have to spend their own money on the Jolly Ranchers? Yep. But you know what? 12
Wait.
bucks for a bag of Jolly Ranchers that lasts you half the year in exchange for making the job way easier? Yeah, it's worth it. It really is.
teachers having to pay for their own stuff, that's unheard of.
Dude, don't even
That's
get me started on that.
That's definitely not how it works.
I will say, the school I work at does a much better job with that than I think a lot of schools do. Like, I know the school supplies all the teachers with all the pencils they need, expo markers they need, stuff like that. So, yeah, there are definitely still supplies the teacher has to get on their own, but it's not nearly as bad as it is in other schools, at least.
Yeah.
Dude, I so badly want to just work at the school.
I'm also like maybe a little bit
I don't even know what
alternatively.
openings there are.
I mean, a little bit alternatively. I'm also kind of like of the mindset that like you can also kind of like reduce the amount of that you know. I think the option of having like being like, okay, if you're just gonna like check your phone like real quick, like if you're gonna like just to kind of like because I know some people have like that itch of like they just need to check it. They just need to
I
see if
get
they have
that,
a
and that's part of the
notification.
reason why it helps to put it away from them, because that's usually enough to like
Get rid of
turn
that.
them away from the edge.
Yeah. Because if I go like if I'm like okay like check real quick, and then someone's like yeah you, like gets on me, I'm like dude like I would be more distracted from what you're saying for longer by not checking it right there. And I think that's okay, even especially like at work. Because I think it's crazy that there's like a work that like people like adults in a workplace environment, you still have managers that are like, hey, put your phone away. And I'm like,
Yeah, that's
dude,
weird.
I am like an adult.
Yeah.
If I
Like,
worked at CVS, my manager would be like that. I would like get a notification, look, see what the notification is, and she would catch me in that 1 second. Like, oh, you gotta put that phone away. I'm just looking at my phone.
okay.
This is
a
what I do this is what I do as a substitute teacher with the phones and the kids. When I first see them with the phone, I just kind of watch them for a little bit to see what happens. Because about 60% of the time, it's exactly what you say, Matt, where they're on it, and like 5 seconds later, they put it down and get back to work.
yeah.
And I'm like, not worth talking to them over. If they're on it for over 2 minutes, and they're very clearly
Yeah.
not doing work, then I will say something.
Yeah, that's when it gets bad. But if you're,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like I am like it's like dude, as long as you're not putting people's lives in danger. Like I am totally cool with any situation of checking it real quick. What I don't know. But I guess that's kind of what happens is that you know, you have you think on paper it's like yeah, I can be a little bit of leeway with this, but it is I think it is just kind of like natural for people to like push it as far as possible.
Well, not only that, yeah, that's the issue, is especially with middle school kids, if you give an inch, they will take a mile.
Yeah, and that's just kind of I guess human condition or whatever. Like it's gonna happen. There's nothing you can do about it. There will
Yeah.
always be someone to ruin good things,
Yeah,
Yeah,
especially at the middle school level.
or just like
It's unfortunate.
yeah. But I'm alive. Podcast continues.
Mm-hmm.
I were you saying something or?
no.
Oh, okay. I went on Facebook Marketplace.
Again? Oh,
Yeah.
I like this. I like this weekly updates. Yeah, what's yeah? What are they selling?
I found quite a bit over the week. Starting with the first one, kind of a story. Thank God for Discord for letting you put multiple pictures in one message.
Is that a thing now?
So first we have houses. You know,
You can-
typically, sometimes people put like apartments for sale on Facebook Marketplace.
Wait, they're selling a house on Facebook? Is that a house on fire?
Yeah, it's
What?
Wait a minute, I haven't even looked at it yet.
Wait, what?
it's a house on fire. It's someone seemingly holding the ashes from the house fire. Another person holding it.
I thought that was weed.
Wait, so they're selling not a house, but the ash from a house fire?
Maybe.
The fuck?
I don't know if there's
It's-
some of these. I just don't know if people are memeing or not. That might be.
Do you think
What's memeing? That's such a weird thing to meme about.
has AI got into Facebook Marketplace? Do you think there's like AIs that just make fake listings to try to like get information from people?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I mean, there are definitely listings. Like, you know, people like.
Like, is that fire even real? It doesn't even
I
look
don't-
real. Let me open on my.
It doesn't. You're right. It does kind of look a little Photoshop.
It looks. I feel like I'm typically I'm pretty good at telling if something's fake, or it's pretty obvious when things are Photoshop.
Just goaded like that.
I'm just built different. You know what? I'm just better than most people. I'm just
Yeah?
naturally better than most people at everything, and I'm also incredibly humble. It's the most bragging I've ever done in my life.
Yeah, you're
learned
allowed to brag once in a while.
Yo, Dustin, you should have seen the Junkrat I was playing before we started the podcast.
Oh my
You should have
god.
seen me, dude.
Matt was
Dude.
playing so well.
I was doing so good. I got like a 3K. I got a 3K tire. I got a 4K tire. I got this really
Nice.
sick instance where I like dove the Zen, got him, killed the Baptiste who tried to save him, and then air shot the soldier that was like trying to, like, I knocked him up with my mine, then air shot him. It was sick. And I was so mad after I did it because I was like, the game, I got playing the game in the bag 100%. I'm not even worried about that.
Right.
But I'm like, the game isn't going to show anyone that. Like the actual skill, you know, put my glasses up on my face a little bit. The skill, they're going to see the tire, the ultimate tire that kills people instantly, and are like, that made a huge difference. That's the best thing that happened this game.
That's what it's all about, pressing Q.
Yeah, so to be clear, Matt was upset because he thought this play was gonna get game of the play when he wanted the second play to get game of the play of the game. But in reality, it was a third play he did that got play of the game.
Yeah. It was
It's
a
like,
3K. It was a.
You want to share the playing well? Like, come on, way to brag about it.
Hey, I'm just saying, man.
You're just saying you're so good as Junkrat, and I wish I could be as good as you.
Junkrat's an easy character. No, I'm just joking.
It's
Look.
easy as Symmetra, from what I've heard.
It doesn't. Also, it doesn't help that I'm a support player. So play of the games don't happen a lot for me.
Yeah.
Very thankless job, much like editing a podcast. Just the unsung hero all around.
See,
We're changing the world with this podcast. No one cares.
Changing the world with this world's smallest podcast.
We're changing the world. We're gonna change the world with this podcast. I'm telling you.
you guys ever see
Yo.
a solid gold lighter?
There's no shot.
For $300, you can get one. On
Yo.
Facebook Market.
Yeah, what are you talking about? It doesn't even say it's solid gold. It says it's gold plated.
No, but it'd be funnier if it was solid gold, dummy.
It would
It
be.
says gold plated.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, audio
Sorry, my
listeners
joke
and
isn't
video
accurate enough for you.
audio listeners and video listeners who cannot see our Discord. It does in fact say gold plated. Dustin was trying to lie
Are
to
you
you.
putting these photos in the podcast?
I could.
I assumed you were.
Oh no, he definitely didn't.
Well, you should this time.
All right, I will. I'll break the.
Uh,
Well, now you ruined it because I was gonna make a fake one and then just say it because you know. Oh my God! Is that a forearm? Is that a person's severed forearm?
no,
That
this
was
is homemade
Celine
rice
Dion
grape
music
leaves.
DVD.
Hand not included. Sold by.
Satan himself.
What is?
Do
Okay,
you know what rice grape leaves are?
It's
Homemade
those
rice
weird.
grape leaves.
Yeah.
What?
So we're looking at what appears to be a baking tin or a baking pan of some kind with homemade rice grape leaves. I don't know what they mean by homemade.
They're
Do
homemade.
they mean
Which,
homemade?
again, is
by-
weird that people are like, making things, like baking it by themselves and posting on Facebook Marketplace.
Well, you gotta
Oh,
start your
I guess
baking
it
business
is-
somehow.
I guess it is like they baked something.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking like
We're selling
Home-
the 10.
no, like homemade leaves.
Yeah,
you
I don't-
mean like
don't know what a
you
rice
mean
grape
like
leaf-
you mean like they grew? Like I wouldn't consider plants home. I mean, maybe you grew them in your home, but I wouldn't consider plants homemade.
Yeah.
Homegrown is probably the word you're looking for. Like, oh yeah, this tree made it myself. What? yeah, like I put it in the ground. I did all the work, and I'm like, no, I think the plant did most of the work. I think nature had kind of figured this shit out a long time ago. I don't think you really did anything to help the process other than I don't know, putting
Just
it in the
letting nature do
ground.
its thing.
You picked a specific spot, but
Yeah.
Mother Nature kind of did most of the heavy lifting there. The photosynthesis and whatnot.
Yeah.
Not to brag, but
Not to brag, this orange, homemade. I picked it off the tree. I cooked this orange.
I like to imagine that, like, everyone talks about Mother Nature, but no one talks about Mother Nature's kids. You gotta imagine Mother Nature's kids are fed up with her. She's like, look, I have this orange. It's homemade. They're like, yeah, Mom, everything's homemade with you. We get it.
My mom makes the best saplings. Easy.
My mom makes the best apples. Like,
And the worst apples.
apples. She makes all the apples.
Mother Nature has kids.
She's the
Her
best
name's
and worst cook.
Mother Nature,
Who are Mother Nature's kids?
Heat Miser and Snow Miser.
Yo, I just thought of something. You ready?
He asked a question and I
think-
answered it. And he ignored it.
Here's my wait. Sorry, say that again.
I said Heat Miser and Snow Miser. from Christmas Without Santa Claus, the animated
All right,
holiday special.
you ready for this?
Drop it more over
Is
here. Yeah.
Mother Nature married to Father Time?
Maybe.
No, they're just really good friends.
Where's that? I want that fan fiction.
That
Be the
exists. Have
change
you
you
ever-
want to see in the world.
Earth. Be the change. I want.
Wait, what does Dustin say?
You said you wanted to see that. You want that fan fiction, and Dustin said, "Be the change you want to see in the world," which is a
My
really funny
God.
way of using that phrase.
I do with George all the time when we play D&D, and he keeps asking someone to put new music on.
Yeah,
Be the change you want to see in the
be
world,
the,
man.
be the change you want to see in the world. Hey, we wouldn't have gotten this far as a society without a couple of. Hey, you can't just get by on thinkers. You got to get some doers in there too. That's got to exist.
What?
That fan
What,
fiction.
Father Time and Mother Nature?
Yeah,
Hundreds.
I'm sure that there's probably some old
Where's my
like
phone?
legitimate literary
Literally?
literary work.
Yeah.
That's about the relationship. Because that's a pretty simple concept. I think yeah, that must exist. Also, Earth-chan exists.
Earth-chan does.
Remember Earth-chan?
Earth-chan?
Yeah, they made there's a pretty there for a while. There was artwork going around of Earth as an anime girl, and there was like it's
Really?
Earth-chan. She's nothing but flat, and
Wow.
get it?
I
get it?
I get it. Because the Earth is secretly flat, and the government doesn't want us to know.
That's why they made an anime girl. But yeah, that was a thing, and I guarantee Rule 34 exists. So
Yeah.
maybe they made Father Time Kun. Kun.
So in my effort, I was gonna get my phone to look it up.
Yeah.
I think I might have left my phone. I think I might have left my phone in my car.
Oh no.
So I might need to run out and go grab that.
Wow, because people can't be without their phones.
This guy. Someone should put his phone in the slot for the podcast.
No, because I don't want to.
We're gonna draw a number at it.
I'm gonna start doing that during D&D. You guys have to drop your phones off in my mailbox.
Oh, dude.
But wait. But only if you choose a random number at the end of the session, and whoever's number you call gets inspiration.
Inspiration or a Jolly Rancher?
Or a Jolly Rancher.
Yeah,
also, going back to that really quickly, though, this is something that I thought was fascinating. Is what percentage of the kids do you think take extra credit, and what percentage take the Jolly Rancher?
Middle school kids? Jolly
Yeah.
Rancher. A lot of them have to go to
How
Jolly
much
Rancher.
You say it's a tiny amount. Is there like an actual number to the extra credit?
Let me think here. There is an amount, but I forget exactly what it was.
If it's like,
it's not a lot.
If it's like you get 5 extra points on the most recent quiz, I'd say like 90% of the kids just take
the Jolly Rancher.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's less than that.
My guess. I have a guess.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a psychology thing.
Okay.
I think the kids that this system is intended for, it's hard, it makes it a little bit difficult for them to be without their phones. I think they go for the Jolly Rancher.
Mm-hmm.
I think kids that don't really need this are probably nerds who would always go for the extra credit. So I think kids that are normally on their phone but make a special purpose to try to do good at this system probably go for the Jolly Rancher because it's instant gratification. I have a PhD in this.
So you ready?
In children's psychology.
For the answer?
Yeah.
Matt, you're not that far off. It's honestly about 50-50.
Yo, let's go. I just said the most basic thing and got it. Yeah. I was like, some kids do it this way, some kids do it that way. Call me a genius.
So that being said, what would you take? Would you take the Jolly Rancher or would you take the extra credit?
Again, for me, it really depends on
the class.
Extra credit is.
Depends on the class. Math class, I'm taking the points because I know I need them.
Oh yeah, same class. Because like for me, if it was math, I'd just take the Jolly Rancher. Probably do it.
I think for the most part, for me, I would probably just take the Jolly Rancher, but I don't know.
I don't know. Math, if it was any class but math, I'd probably take the Jolly Rancher, but I needed all the help I could have gotten in math.
Fair.
So I got a bundle for you guys.
You got a bundle?
Oh,
Originally $600, brought down to $500.
What?
oh, let's see. What were they
It was
selling?
original. So it
Oh,
has
on Facebook, yeah.
a Wooger vest, which I assume is one of those posture correcting vest thing.
So a straight jacket?
Not a straight jacket, those little things that you put and push your shoulders back.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, one of those. A PS5 and a Pac-Man arcade machine,
Wait.
all in one bundle.
All in one bundle.
$500.
Dude, that's a steal.
Oh, no kidding. I'm pretty sure it's fake, Robert.
Dude,
A PS5 by itself
PS
would go for $600.
yeah.
Dude, Pac-Man machines go for thousands, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, exactly.
And I really need to fix my posture.
I would pay $500.
Dude, this is the ultimate gamer package.
All right, here's the thing. We buy it for the podcast. We each get 1 bit.
PS5.
Pac-Man machine.
Fuck. Shit. That wasn't fast enough.
Next time, Matt.
Next time. Yo, the next bundle that's like okay, so I want to make a bundle. Okay, we're gonna make a bundle, all right? We're gonna make a bundle and we're each gonna add 1 item to it. And the goal is to make it the most random assortments of items as possible. All right?
Okay.
I'm gonna give
Do
everyone
we
a little bit of
each
time.
get to know what we're at? Oh, so we don't get to know what each other is adding?
No, we're all gonna add 1 thing.
All right.
I know what
Are we going expensive or anything?
literally anything. I know what I'm gonna do. I just need to
I know what I'm
think of a
doing.
name.
I know what I'm doing.
I just need to think of what
You
it
need
was
a name?
called.
Okay.
Okay, I guess this is what it was called. All right, my item.
Wait, does Dustin have one?
Yeah,
Does Dustin have one? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you remember the really old, like one of like the really old like commercials that was like it was this pan that you'd bake cakes in, but it had a slot out that you could put a filling in there?
Yeah.
One of those.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I want that thing.
Dustin, what's your item?
Foot inserts.
Ah,
Oh, okay.
you know what mine was?
What's yours?
One of those flamingos you put on the front lawn.
I don't think we're getting $500 out of this one, boys. I think the PS5
the
arcade
cheapest shit imaginable.
Yeah, we all went low.
I was hoping one of you was saying something crazy, like a car or something. We collected roughly $20 in this.
Okay, let's try again.
All right, we're all gonna
But
go.
but here's the thing: if we all go super expensive, then we lose.
All right, so should we choose? Should we say one person goes high?
No. No.
All right.
It's
We
like
get-
those. It's like the, you know, the thing for the Jackbox game.
Mhm.
Well, it's the it's one of the things from I think Trevor Murray Party, where it's
where you
like
try to get the
one.
middle.
Yeah, it's like one person takes high,
Alright,
one person
okay.
takes low, but if you both take high, you lose. That's what it
Okay.
is. That's the game
Yeah.
we're
Okay.
playing here.
I know what I'm
think.
doing.
All right, hang on. Let me think.
Give me a second. Okay, I got mine.
Wait, hang on. All right, I got mine.
All right, mine is a wax sculpture of FDR.
Okay.
All right. Mini fridge.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I was gonna go GameCube with Mario Parties 4 through 7.
Ooh, okay. Okay. We could make some money off of this one.
Yeah.
Yes. The question is I don't know how expensive a bust of FDR is.
Not a bust, a wax sculpture.
Okay,
Oh, I thought you said black sculpture.
Here's a sculpture of FDR doing blackface.
No, that's not black. I just thought like the clay would be made out of
Jesus
like,
Christ,
like black or something. I wasn't
Oh,
thinking
wait.
black.
Oh, I
I thought
was.
you were like a black rock for the statue or something.
alternate
Oh my
alternate
god.
universe FDR, where he was like a sculpture from that fan fiction.
I was like, it's like, what's a black sculpture? Was there something
that's
special about black
amazing.
sculpture or something? Or
That's amazing.
During Black History Month, Dustin, really?
I'm an ally. Look at all the things I send
So
you.
I imagine a wax sculpture of FDR is probably the most expensive, right?
Probably.
How much does a mini fridge go for?
Yeah, not too much.
Depends on your mini fridge. I mean, you get it cheap. I mean, couple like 100.
I can tell you
150?
this: a GameCube with all 4 of those Mario parties would probably sell for 300 to 350.
Yeah, old games are expensive now, dude.
Yeah, especially those Mario Party ones. Those will go for 50 to 60 each. And a GameCube itself, like 100.
Dude, I remember back in the day, a GameStop at the mall nearby used to have GameCubes for $30 in the window.
Yeah.
And I really regret. Well, I mean, I don't. It's not like I regret not buying one. I was like 7. I didn't have $30.
Fair.
But dude, if I could go back, buy GameCubes for $30 and then flip them in the in real life in modern times. Screw the lottery.
GameCube is one of the most expensive retro consoles right now.
Is it? I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, they GameCube and GameCube games especially go for a lot of money because the GameCube did not sell particularly well in the United States when it first released. And on top of that, because the GameCube discs are so small, they're a lot more fragile, so they break easier.
Oh, so there's just not a lot left.
I have one GameCube disc, and I won't say game, I'll say disc for a reason, that I'm pretty sure would sell for over $300 on its own.
Why do you not say game?
Because what it is it's the disc that you need to run the Game Boy Player, which allows you to play Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games on the GameCube.
I know what you're talking about.
The Game Boy Player itself is expensive, but the disc that you need to run it, oh, that thing is expensive.
Nice, dude.
That's honestly might be the most expensive gaming disc I own.
I can see that.
I'm trying to think of any other game that I would have. The only other thing that might be more expensive is I have a sealed copy. This is a weird thing to have. I have a sealed copy of the day 1 edition of Just Cause 3.
Oh?
And the only reason I have that is I got it for Christmas and never opened it.
At this point, why would you?
Right, well, it got to a point where I said I could open it, but honestly, at this point, it might be worth something, so fuck it. So I still have never played anything from the Just Cause series. Whoops.
Have you seen... I think it's one thing about... Because I know a big thing with like the current video game prices is Pokemon games. Like you go to a GameStop now and it's like Pokemon Platinum for $80.
Yep.
Wow. That's crazy. It's getting to the point to where like the watch people spend a lot of money fantasy fulfillment type of video on YouTube. I've been seeing a lot of videos where people go into GameStops, buy every Pokemon game they have, and then see what Pokemon were on it.
Yeah,
I've seen multiple videos like that, and I'm like, and they're like, yeah, we just went into GameStop, bought like 3 copies of Pokemon Platinum for like $230. Like, dude, that's insane.
This is a thing I saw recently, and I'm curious if you guys would get this correct, okay?
Okay.
So someone posted on a subreddit for Pokemon, and they said, I bought a copy of Pokemon X on eBay for $30. However, when the game came in today, inside of the case was not Pokemon X, but instead Pokemon Black 2. Is this a better deal, or did I get scammed?
So you're
They
so what?
wanted
So
Pokemon X, but they got Black 2 instead.
Black.
Which game do you think is more expensive?
Black 2?
It is
I
Yeah?
think Black 2 is
X.
more expensive.
Black
X.
2 by a long shot.
Yes, I was right.
X and Y are actually some of the cheapest Pokemon games to get right now.
Well, my in my head, I was just like, I liked Black and White 2 more, and obviously, my opinion must be right.
It's
Also, that
honestly
was just
less
older.
about that. It's less about that, and more that X and Y just sold a lot of copies, and Black 2 and White 2 didn't.
Yeah. Also, that does make sense because it's like I feel like maybe there might be a decent amount of people that didn't get it because they didn't like or they didn't buy Black and White.
Have you ever seen the list of main series Pokemon games in order of sale numbers?
No, is it not? How much does it deviate from just going up over time?
Oh, it doesn't.
Does it? It really does.
It does not go up over time.
Does it recently?
Red
'Cause I
and
thought
Blue is still
recent-
number one.
Oh wow, really?
Red and Blue is still the most sold Pokemon game of all time.
When it released, it sold.
When it released, yeah.
Okay.
Red and Blue easily are number one. Any guesses to number two?
I would probably say
Diamond and Pearl.
I was gonna say Diamond and Pearl too, just because the DS was huge.
Nope, Sword Shield.
Same logic.
Yeah.
Because yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Same, yeah, that's the logic I was using just with the Switch instead.
Mm-hmm.
That the console did really well, so because I'm sure that probably
But
tracks with
listen
like
to
other
this
games.
difference, though, okay? Number
Yeah.
two is Sword Shield at least according to this article, which I think this article is before Scarlet Violet.
Mm-hmm.
Sword Shield sold 24.27 million copies.
That's a number.
Red and Blue sold 31 million.
That's insane.
Any guesses to number three? It's not Diamond and Pearl. It's not Diamond Pearl, I will tell that. Diamond Pearl is number 4.
It's not Diamond Pearl. But if the logic seems to track that it's like the first one of a console
Sun and
does
Moon.
pretty well, I'm gonna say Fire Red and Leaf Green.
Fire Red Leaf Green were not the first Hoenn. Our first Game Boy Advance. That was Ruby Sapphire.
I'm thinking Ruby Sapphire. Oh, was it?
Yeah, Ruby Sapphire
Oh,
released
yeah.
before Fire Red Leaf Green. But no,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Gold and Silver.
Dude, those are my favorites.
Gold, Silver. Number 4 is Diamond Pearl. 5 is X and Y. 6 is Sun and Moon. 7 goes Ruby Sapphire. 8 Black and White. Any guesses to the least selling main series game of all time? As of Legends Arceus.
Ultra Sun Moon,
Nope.
bro. This is why I'm not a businessman.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
Least selling Pokemon Platinum.
Really?
Yep.
Regarded as one of the
At-
best ones of all time?
At only 7.6 million.
I wonder what the reason behind that is.
Generally,
is it
generally, those sequel titles sell a lot less than the first iterations. And on top of that, I think there were a lot of people who were not happy with Diamond Pearl at release. So I'll try to take a look in a second.
What is the what is the placement difference between Diamond and Pearl and Platinum?
Well, Diamond and Pearl were number 4. Platinum was number 18.
That's insane.
Let me see here. going from the bottom, number 17 is Black 2, White 2. 16 is Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. 15, Fire Red, Leaf Green. 14, Legends Arceus.
Yeah, fair enough.
13, Heart Gold, Soul Silver. 12, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire. 9, Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. 11, Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. 10, Yellow. 9, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. And then I think I already said like the top 8.
Yeah.
So.
I would like to maybe
Scarlet Violet, by the way, I'm pretty sure has surpassed Sword and Shield. Or is at least on track to.
I want a nerd to make a chart. Rob, I want you to make a chart.
A chart,
Right.
go on.
I want a nice
chart of.
I want a nice pretty graph
Okay.
comparing their like rank in like being how when they're sold versus like maybe like their Metacritic score or like how well they are regarded. Because I feel like people like Platinum I feel like is one of like the people's favorites of all time. But it's sold poorly.
So you want a graph that shows Metacritic score compared to number of copies sold.
Yeah, or maybe there's something. Maybe there's a better outlook. I don't know what maybe IGN or something similar like that.
Look, you tell me. I will make it, but only if you actually put it in the podcast right here.
Right, right. Instead of the yeah, I'll do it. Well, it'll be where that scoreboard was because it went out right as you said here. I'll just replace it. I'll mask it out.
Perfect.
Sick.
All right. So yeah, the x-axis will be how popular the game was or whatever, and the y-axis will be how many copies it sold.
Nice.
And then we can see like how it tracks.
All right,
My guess is all over the place.
Let's all react to it right now. Wow, that's really interesting. Good job, Rob.
Dude, I told you, data's always interesting.
I think you could post that on like I don't know was it Data's Beautiful or whatever.
Yeah.
Subreddit.
I should follow that subreddit.
That's easy 1500 karma.
Dude,
Easy.
I got a comment on Reddit that got like 1,700 upvotes, and I'm a little upset because it was a stupid comment.
Do your bisexual joke?
No, that was funny. No, so someone had posted a thing on a programming subreddit where they were basically just like, hey, there on this other subreddit, this guy was asking for beginner programming help. Look at this conversation. Do you think you could help the original poster? And basically what had happened was this guy posted on, keep in mind, the subreddit's name is beginner programmers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he posted something like, hey, I'm starting to learn programming. I'm going to go for a computer science degree in the fall. I can't get Hello World, which is like the beginner program.
Right.
I can't get Hello World to work with this programming language. This is the code that I wrote. Can someone help me out? And they posted their one line of code because that's all it is one line of code.
Isn't it like print Hello World?
Depends on the programming language, but yes.
Yeah.
So the number one comment was someone basically being like, no, we can't help you because you didn't give enough information. You didn't tell us exactly what error message you were getting, so how could we possibly be able to help you? So I'm looking at the original comment, looking at that, I literally type in a comment, I'm like, didn't give enough information. He posted the entire line of code. And that's what got 1,700 upvotes, because people were like, yeah, he gave all the code. The fuck did you want him to do? I'm like, damn it, why did my upvote I wanted my upvote to be something funnier.
Dude, that's what I have with YouTube. When I make YouTube videos. I have the same thing. Where it's like, that's why I haven't made a video in like months.
Dude, what are you talking about? You make a video every week.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, you're right. I guess I do. I guess I technically do.
Heyo.
I mean, for my own YouTube, like I
Oh,
just lost interest in it because
fair.
my most viewed video is me putting Seth Rogen's laugh behind a picture of Donkey Kong, which everyone did at the same time that I did.
But the algorithm favored you.
Or it was like, was it that? Wait, is that the one that's, or is it the LeChonk one? It might be the LeChonk meme. That might be the most
The
viewed
LeChonk one
now.
might have
LeChonk overtook it?
surpassed it.
I think it did. But I'm like, there's that. That's the most viewed video on my YouTube channel. And I'm like, really? And they're all like that. All the ones that actually have any views are like algorithm bait. I made a meme right after a Nintendo Direct or something.
Yep.
And like, I have that video where I think it was me, Rob, Shane, and George. I showed like a clips from my like old Minecraft YouTube channel when I was like a child.
I remember that. That was
And
fun.
I really like that video. I really like it. And it's been hovering at okay, it has 30. Thank you very much. Thank you. Check your privilege.
No problem.
But yeah, it's been hovering around there. And I'm like, damn, I really wish more people saw that. I wish I had, and I'm so I don't know. I have a couple of videos I want to make that are actually kind of like that are more like that, more thought out, and actually have some substance to them. I just gotta find the motivation to do things.
Yeah, I was gonna edit a video for myself for my own YouTube channel this week. Then I got distracted with Minecraft.
It happens, man.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm gonna start a YouTube channel where I analyze the Pokemon anime because there's so many things I want to talk about.
My most upvoted comment is spell checking somebody.
Yo, the Reddit experience.
Yeah, 500 upvotes.
It's what?
It's correcting somebody's spelling.
Are you serious?
500 upvotes.
What'd they misspell?
Football player's name. So,
Oh.
so the post was if they were to make an end of the year special teams award, who would it be named after? The top comment on there is someone saying Justin Tucker, who is a really good kicker. Someone responded to him saying, that's a weird way to spell Matthew Slater, but he spelled his name wrong. So then I said, that's also a weird way to spell Matthew Slater, but correctly.
That's funny.
Okay, that's actually
yeah, that's way funnier than just like correcting a spelling.
No, I thought you were gonna be like they used the wrong there.
Oh no!
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking something like that.
That's the true Reddit experience.
No, that's funny, Dustin. But no, I'm upset about the programming one because like I've made Reddit comments where like I think about them all day and I'm like, oh, I really hope this gets a lot of likes or whatever. I forgot about that programming one. I made it in the morning and like mid-afternoon, I'm sitting with my mom talking. I pull out my phone, check Reddit. I'm like, why do I? And the first thing I noticed is someone responded to it. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. So I click on it, and then I realize that I have like 1,700 upvotes. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, why?
I have that sometimes where something I made like a long time ago just like suddenly like gets like noticed or something, or like someone and I completely had forgotten about it. Have I ever? I think I've talked about the Raid Shadow Legends tweet on the podcast before. Yeah.
Dude, this podcast not sponsored.
Not sponsored. Yeah. I tried.
Did you? Oh yeah, you did.
Well, back when I did that whole thing, I tried.
Yeah, fair.
Like, come on, man. Yeah, but every now and again, I'll just be like, I'll either be like looking through like an old hard drive, or or just some random post on like Twitter or something. I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I made that. I forgot I did that." Or it'll be like a meme that it'll be like a meme or something that I made. And I'm like, "Wow, I completely forgot about that." I wonder, and then I wonder like how much other stuff have I done that's just out in the world somewhere? Maybe, and it's just gonna get unarchived at some point. Future generations will see this and wonder and think this is how we lived.
Yeah.
We
Well,
all
it's
survived
like-
on Reddit. Gold.
Well, it's like I
Right,
think
cool.
I was talking to I think I was talking to you guys when I made the comment the other day where I said hundreds of years from like thousands of years from now, people are gonna be reading fan fiction and think that it's nonfiction or something.
I don't know about.
I mean, to
I
a
mean,
certain extent, I think that could be accurate.
I mean,
No, I don't
they're
think
not
they're
gonna be
gonna think
reading
that.
that Mario and Sonic fan fiction, thinking.
No, but like, if they read something like, I don't know, something about like Drake and Josh or something, they might not know Drake and Josh was a TV show. So
I
they
guess,
might,
yeah.
like, obviously, if it's including like a Pokemon, they're gonna be like, well, that wasn't alive. We have no evidence that any creature like that ever lived. But like, they're not gonna know any better from a TV show, from a story to a real person.
I don't know. I feel like historians sometimes figure stuff like that now. Maybe not like TV shows, but I feel like
It's hard. Like, people argue as to whether Beowulf is a fictional tale or non-fiction. Like, people will still argue whether the Trojan War ever actually happened or not.
right.
Like, we don't know. Some people will be like, yeah, no, the Trojan War definitely happened, and some people are like, absolutely not. So, it gets tricky, you know?
Tricky. It's tricky to rock around.
It's
It really
tricky.
is.
Waka.
Really is.
Oh, boy.
Have you ever tried rocking a rhyme that's right on time?
Have I ever tried what?
A rhyme that's right on time.
Mm.
Tricky.
It's tricky.
Tricky.
Walk this way. Talk this way.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I tried to block off the entrance to the back way, and
Should
And you
we-
messed up. Hey, Matt.
that's me.
Maybe you were memeing. Maybe you actually had something to say. We're about to find out one way or the other. Why in the topics channel did you put Matthew Patrick from Game Theory?
Matthew Patrick, a game theory. Yeah, no, the last channel was announced.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
What is it?
Oh, wait. Can I take a guess?
You can take a guess.
What did I say? Didn't I say like music theory or something? Is it music theory?
It is not music theory.
What is it?
Let me, out of caution, just
Double
'cause
check.
you can't double check, but I'm pretty sure I did actually see.
So
I
I
don't
don't
wanna
want to
be-
get debated.
I don't want to be like.
We're getting it confirmed. Making sure Matt didn't
Confirmed.
fall for a hoax.
It is real, I believe.
Okay.
Fuck. Why am I?
Real theory? Real theories?
No. So the newest one is style theory.
Style.
Fashion?
Like fashion?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's,
I mean, I guess it makes more sense than food theory, but like, I don't know.
I saw the way I found out about it wasn't even like a MatPat announcement. It was a guy that was like, style theory. You made this, and it showed like game theory merch. And it's just like the most ugly, like weird, like patterns. He's like,
That's
"You
mean.
made this is the guy making Style Theory?"
Nice.
And I'm like, I don't know what it's going to entail.
The
But-
only issue I have, and it's not really an issue, just something of interesting, is that really it's a separate channel. I understand that.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. The Style Theorist, 1.18 million subscribers.
But like, I feel like that's definitely a different audience to what every other channel is, you know?
Well, I'm looking at the.
Like, game and film, I feel
That's-
like overlap a decent amount. And I feel like food is one that like everyone would watch, so I get that.
I think the Venn diagrams are clear enough. Those are, it's kind of
I don't know.
Yeah.
Even if I still watched his channels, I don't know if I would watch a fashion one.
I'm looking at it. So
yeah, that's the thing. He's trying to get a new audience.
Here, let me go through some of the titles.
Yeah, I mean, if he's
Uh,
going to broaden his audience, then good on him.
Yeah,
Let
That's
me
a different audience, but
here. Let
Yeah.
me read out some of the titles for you, Robin. You can tell me if any of these seem to pique your interest. Okay.
yeah, because this is it's not like I would see it and be like, oh, I'm absolutely not checking it out. I would look at it. So what are the
going
titles?
going from it looks like they were all uploaded. It looks like they all actually no, that actually makes a lot of sense because I remember seeing something
Did he post 4 videos or something like that?
Yeah, I think when he
yeah.
usually launches a channel, he starts with like 4 videos on the
yeah,
first
I
day.
remember see it may have been like a podcast or something he was on or some kind of interview where he did say that that's the strat to launch. If you're going to launch with something, make sure you have a bunch of content on it already.
I saw it like right before we started uploading videos here. And I remember thinking like, should I tell the guys that?
Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't really. I mean, I thought I knew about it. I don't know if we really could have. I think we did. We kind of did.
We sort of did. We had
said
a
we
bunch of
did-
shorts
well, we had-
ready, but like,
at
Well, no,
the-
but he's saying like
at
right when you start a channel, you should immediately upload 4 videos.
Yeah, or
Yeah,
but like unprivate or like have the channel privated.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
So yeah. But going through the titles and let me just oh no, I died. Style Theory. Can math make you more beautiful?
what?
Yes.
Style Theory. The toxic truth about your makeup. Shut up, Matt Pat. We're making fun of you. Style Theory. These shoes can kill. And it's a skull being hit with a high heel.
Okay.
Style Theory. The secret to Hulk's pants. Which maybe is
Oh,
like
it makes sense. How they keep standing up.
how they keep it. So it doesn't seem like it's like top 10 style tips to make you irresistible to women. It seems to be more kind of it seems closer than I guess I would initially have expected upon
I
hearing the
guess.
names.
I
of
think it's still
regular
something
content.
that wouldn't interest me.
like that
personally.
that Hulk one could just be a film theory.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no reason that can't be like a film.
Yeah. So
I think I still probably would personally pass on the channel, but
hear that, Matt
can't argue
Pat?
with the fact that he's got 1 million subscribers while our podcast has maybe 7 viewers.
You hear that, Matt Pat?
What?
Rob the Gamer 115 thinks you're washed.
That is not what I said, but okay.
He thinks you're washed.
L theory.
Dude, disagree
Hell,
with me, yeah,
Peter.
come fight me.
He thinks you peaked at I don't know when did he peak? Sans' Nest.
Five Nights at Freddy theory episode 4, whatever.
Oh my god.
The final Five Nights at Freddy's theory. Looks at the playlist, 10 more videos.
Dude, it really be like that though.
Dude, the first one was actually good. It was
Dude.
actually really interesting. Like the first
No.
one on Five Nights at Freddy's, but
No.
then it was about like it was like a real life like example and how it could have been connected. It didn't really have to do anything with the games. And then after that it turned into game lore and that's kind of fell off at that point.
Well, he does a lot of game lore stuff like that. And I'm fine with it because he's done. I don't know if he's added to it because I stopped watching a while ago, but he did videos on game lore of Minecraft, and I thought those were actually very interesting.
Those are the ones that get like cut up on Twitter that are really funny.
And I think it's really interesting.
The Minecraft Ender Dragon.
Five Nights at Freddy's as well. The only issue I have is that there's so much lore, and because it's very unclear, things keep getting corrected, changed, and it gets on and on and on. So, like, it's just a lot to keep up with. Especially for a video game series that I literally give zero shits about. Like,
True.
I watched those videos because I like him as a creator, not because I gave a shit about Five Nights at Freddy's. Like,
The purple guy is actually Mr. Crocker from Barely Odd Parents.
very good parents.
Very parents.
Tell me I'm wrong. You know who can do a really good impression of that?
Who?
Shane.
Really?
And honestly, that was like one of like the first things I remember from meeting him in college. Yeah, I remember him doing a Mr. Crocker impression, and it was really good. And I'm like, damn, this guy's cool.
You're like, damn, I gotta be friends with this kid. He knows what's up.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna steal his music one day.
We're gonna steal his music.
I'm gonna fight Matt.
You want to fight Matt Pat?
Box.
Creator Clash?
That's right.
Matthew Patrick?
Dude, Matt versus Matt?
Dude. Also in college, another friend of mine, someone who grew up in the same place as Stanley, used to call me Matthew Patrick because of game theory. That's why I say Matthew Patrick.
Oh, okay.
That's what that's why it's funny to me. He used to call me Matthew Patrick, and I'm like,
his name actually is Patrick.
No, but just saying Matt Pat out in full, like, you remember those memes that were like this person's full name?
Oh yeah.
Dude,
And,
Robert the Gamer, 115th of his name.
It'd be
King
like
of the
really.
Animals, first of his firstborn. Slayer of dragons, man of men.
Breaker of chains.
Dude, I want to rewatch Game of Thrones at some point soon. I have so many things that I want to watch / do /
Just here. Okay, here's what you do, right?
Yeah.
You just watch like. I'm trying to figure out how do you like watch Game of Thrones and Attack on Titan at the same time and try to make them like a connected universe.
A connected universe.
Yeah, like is there a way you could watch different episodes where it kind of follows a cohesive story?
Probably
kind of like
not.
What if you tried to find something like
the only thing I can think of that Game of Thrones and Attack on Titan have in common? The only thing. You ready?
Genocide.
Both of them heavily feature a wall.
Oh yeah, they do. You said facts there.
You're right.
That's really not all I got.
Is there a do you know about Blart Side of the Moon?
What?
Blart Side of the Moon?
You don't know about Blart Side of the Moon?
Please tell me this is like the third sequel of Paul Blart Mall Cop or something.
No, it's that if you play Dark Side of the Moon, the Pink Floyd album, you play it at the same time. You play it along with Paul Blart Mall Cop, and it syncs up. It syncs up really well.
It syncs up really well.
Like the song that's playing goes along with the moment that is happening in the movie. Oh,
yep. It's a very common thing. I mean, it's a known thing. It's kind of a meme. I'm surprised. I'm actually genuine. Not Rob on it, obviously, but I'm surprised Dustin's never heard of it.
I mean, I've heard the general meme of play Like when every year, New Year's Eve.
Yeah,
it's like,
play
oh,
some. Yeah, especially at New Year's Eve.
Play something at this time to get it to say.
Dude, we're gonna do that with our podcast.
Yeah.
Dude,
Play-
we'll figure
play-
out the time, but 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! We did it!
Woo! Here's to another wonderful year, everyone. I'm glad you joined us on this
5
Year's
more
Day.
seasons.
of whatever year it is right now. Maybe
I
it's
didn't-
2024. Maybe it's 2237. If it is, I'm probably dead.
Nice.
I thought you were going for like, oh, if you play an episode at this time, Robert will say Will Ferrell at midnight.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were going.
Yeah.
Said Will Ferrell.
He did. Can you believe that?
Hey, can we move on?
No.
Other stupid things I say.
Yeah. Oh, what was I? Oh, I was just. I had a I was going through the podcast channel, the
Uh-huh.
YouTube channel. May or may not have been on a gummy at the time. And I was. I had this. I had this
If you're
thought,
a
and I'm
member of
like,
the federal government, stop listening.
I live in. It's legal.
Not at the federal level.
It's legal where I am.
Not at
and
the
I'm a-
federal level.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about the federal level.
I'm just saying, you could still be arrested technically, but go on.
Yeah, how we do the interesting thing Matt keeps telling the story.
That's not true. Anyway, I had this thought. I'm like, I'm wondering if could I just click at like any point in any episode of the podcast and within like 5 minutes find something funny that was said, right?
Okay.
And I can tell you that from what I remember, most of it we actually did a pretty good job.
Hello.
I could click on something and something was pretty funny. The one I remember the most was I just clicked on an episode. I was like, "Oh, Rob knows it's about him."
It's always about me.
I clicked on the Gang Beasts episode,
Okay.
and I clicked at a point, and it was like right as Rob was saying that Tails was brown. And I'm like, this is funny.
I still think some depictions of Tails are brown.
Oh goodness.
You see,
You already established it.
you see, that's what you said, and then I responded with the nerd voice, being like, "Well, actually, in this one piece of media," and then I sounded like Rob got really mad at me for saying that, and I thought that was funny.
That was fucking right.
No, you're not.
You're not right.
He's yellow.
You're not right,
Fool.
He's yellow.
dude.
Ah!
He's obviously he's yellow.
Dude, he's yellow in some things, he's orange in other things, and he's brown in other things.
That's called lighting. It's why cars can't see me at night, Rob. Because I look darker at night.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay.
I have to wear a fucking armband that like has like reflective stuff on it so cars see me.
Be careful talking about wearing armbands.
I said reflective before I said armbands, so unless I have a reverse hollow, symbol, I think I'm good.
Yo, speaking of which,
Reverse hollow. Yeah.
I'm a little upset that no one has taken me up on my offer yet.
What, to buy Pokemon? Oh my god, I have a
Yes.
book.
What 10 cents from you?
Yeah.
What?
You're not offering.
from you.
You're not offering to buy like the expensive, like the Pokemon cards that could be worth something. You're just being like, I will buy.
I would buy them.
I'll find my book of the good Pokemon cards, and you know what? You want to look through them? You want to pay me?
Dude, I'll pay you, yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not. If I made it sound like I was only interested in cheap cards, no, I'd pay you guys for more expensive ones.
I just have like 3 that I can get easily, and I want to go out on my way to get 30 cents. Is my problem. I just don't care enough. 30 cents.
Well, then can I just have them for free?
No.
Yeah, because fuck you.
if I'm gonna go out of the way, I might as well get the money. But I also just don't go out of the way.
Yo,
Okay.
Dustin, here's the plan. Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
You're already there.
Dude,
You're already there on a regular basis. Bundle them with just bundle them with some random stuff. All right, here's here
here's a microwave,
here's
a
a
Pokemon card with a Psyduck,
and a two
and a
tickets.
fragment shell from the explosion over Nagasaki.
I was gonna say the leg lamp from Christmas movie,
Oh, that's it.
That was better.
but just a shoe. It's just a shoe from the leg lamp.
Just two from the left. Do
you think there's someone with a foot fetish that has that in their house?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. Good. I thought
more
so
like
too.
more like a leg fetish.
Well,
That's not really a fetish.
I mean, that exists.
I mean, I guess
Wait, what exists?
leg fetish.
Like, yeah.
Oh, every fetish exists.
There's that part. There's the
Yeah.
there. You can find the anime fans that are like, dude, they're like, what kind of guy are you? Like, I'm a thigh guy. And I'm like, dude, what's wrong? I mean,
Dustin, were you about to try to argue that not every fetish exists?
I'm not getting stage
Dustin,
right now.
No, you're not. Okay, we're not.
Look, I'm just saying.
Hey, if you thought if you thought we were
Someone-
finally if you thought we were finally gonna get into the fetish conversation, you
Look,
just got Dustin's silencing us.
Nah, I'll say it. No, you name it, someone fetishizes it.
Yeah, Rule 34,
Well,
dude. That is just Rule 34, basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
Saying no one has a fetish.
No one has a what?
I'm just saying some things are just given.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
no one has a boob. That's what I was saying about the fetish thing.
Eh,
Yeah.
people
You
are
think-
into some weird shit.
I know it wasn't saying otherwise.
Yeah.
That is true.
Oh boy.
Now that note,
On that,
On that note, what are
No.
you into?
put it in the comments. What
Put in the
fetish
comments
community you
what
think you're part
fetishes.
of? And we'll make sure to.
Whoever
Well,
has the weirdest fetish will receive a Jolly
Hey.
Rancher or some extra credit.